Let's see what happens.
Hello.
Hi, Betsy.
Hi.
Daniel, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, you made a comment about you lost your son?
I lost my daughter.
Oh, your daughter.
Yes. She was only 9.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
How long ago was this, if you don't mind me asking?
7 years ago.
Oh. You know, I know this sounds probably like a dumb question to the 400 people that are in here, but how are you doing overall? Are you okay?
Overall, I'm doing okay. I have my days, but it's just that I seem to have lost my faith since then because it just doesn't seem right.
Right. Even after 7 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Well, are you open for a reading?
Oh, of course.
Okay. I always tell people, especially when I pull them on, to just think of everybody. Sometimes your person comes through, sometimes they don't. Let me take a second to protect our energies and say a little prayer, and let me see if anything comes through. Well. Who's the A name? Like, I don't know, Angela? Andrea? No, it could be living or past. It doesn't have to be your daughter. A lot of times they mention their friends. I mean, she was 9, but...
Oh, Abby.
A good friend of hers?
A real good friend of hers.
I don't know why I have to tell you this, but if you can reach out to her, if you ever talk to her, she makes me feel like it's... I think this is the right... Yeah, there's something interesting about it, but she makes me feel like, I don't know how to say this, but she wants to recognize, and I know this sounds silly, but maybe it doesn't to her. I always tell people it's not about how I feel about the message, it's passing the message, but she makes me feel like I have to tell you that she's very... It's not proud, that's not the word, but she's very pleased with how she's grown up. Now, I know that sounds weird, but maybe I don't know, it feels beautiful inside and out. Like maybe when she was that age, she had braces or whatever, and now she's starting to become like a young woman, because 9 and 7 is 16, right? So I feel like she needs to know that she recognizes that this girl is starting to become like a young woman, and she's very interested in how she grows. I know that sounds crazy, but...
no, she's really grown into herself. She really has.
Who's Candace or Carol? Candy? It's like a C-A or K-A name. Again, it probably...
Courtney?
I don't know. Who is that? Another friend?
Courtney's her sister.
Okay. Now, I know this sounds really dumb. I know there's 400 people on here, but does she, like, really, really miss her? I know that sounds really dumb. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot, though. She was like another mother.
Okay. You know, she keeps showing me popcorn, you know, and I know everyone who doesn't love popcorn, but, you know, maybe you just had it, maybe it was something before she passed, maybe it was a thing with you guys. Is there something with the popcorn?
The only thing is now I've adopted another son, and he has popcorn every Sunday night. That's like his thing.
Oh, you adopted. Now, you adopted a son after she passed?
Yeah, I adopted her, too.
But, okay. But did you adopt him after she passed?
Yes.
She makes me feel that, and you may not know this or you may disagree with this, but she makes me feel that wouldn't have happened if she didn't pass. And how beautiful...
No, it definitely wouldn't have.
And how much beauty and how much... She keeps using the word beauty. He brings to your life and to your family, not just you. They don't usually talk about guys like that, so...
No, he does. He's a beautiful soul.
Right, and I don't mean to be sexist, right? Especially, you know, I mean it that way, but she's talking about the beauty that he brings. And, like, she's kind of being funny in a way, like, see, Ma, you wouldn't have had him if I didn't, you know, go on to my next stage of life. Because he's made a difference in your family, not just with you. She's talking about the family.
Yes, he definitely has.
Why September? What's up with the month of September? They actually play me the song, Oh What a Night, you know, wait, is it Oh What a Night? Is it December or September? Oh my gosh. Isn't that September? I'm going to go with September because that's what I felt. Is that a birthday,
Okay.
passing? What's September?
That's September's when my daughter got married right after she died. She died in March, and my daughter got married in September after she passed away.
Well, I just got to say this. Who were the two girls? Did they have two girls?
I have two girls other than her.
Oh, two other girls besides her? But the one
Yes,
but the one that got married doesn't have two girls, does she?
No.
Okay. So there's two. So now you have two? No, it doesn't.
I have two living, yeah.
No, it doesn't feel right. It feels different than that. The one that got married, does she have any children?
No. Both daughters are married. I have one grandson.
I gotta talk about the two girls. But I'm not sold on the fact that it's your two girls. Feels different. Oh, but so do you have two biological girls?
Yes, two biological girls.
Okay, that could be it then. Okay. Who's the W? I know it's not a very common letter. Wendy? William? I just see W and it's loud. So I don't know if it's a dad, William, Wayne.
Oh my God. My adopted son's father's name is Will.
Adopted son's father. Oh, okay. Like, I'm wondering where she's going with that. Does he not talk to him?
No.
No. He does not. Okay. Okay. Did you... I don't know how... That sounds like terrible, but I'm going to say it. Did you rescue him? Or did you... I know it sounds like bad, like you're not rescuing a dog here, but did you come into his life when you, like, really needed to? I know it sounds crazy or silly or weird, but...
Yeah.
Did you almost, like,
His mom was bipolar.
save him? Okay. She's almost like, see, Mom, it's part of the plan. Like, he's supposed to be with you, beautiful life, and I know you'd rather have me, but I want you to see everything unfold the way that God wants it to. What have you watched? She wants to, like, make fun of you, but also reaffirm something you're watching on TV. So are you watching, like, things about afterlife or things like that? Because she almost makes me feel like you wouldn't have been interested in that if she, you'd be just doing your thing, kind of. But now that she's in a different state, in a different place, you're more interested in this kind of stuff, and she kind of is like making fun in a way, but also what you're doing is very valid, and you're learning things. You understand this?
Yeah, I've been watching that Helping Parents Heal, the Mom, Can You Hear Me? In those afterlife videos.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what they... Are you part of Helping Parents Heal?
Yeah.
Great organization. I love working with you guys. It's awesome. I don't know if you've been on any of the calls, but that I've been on. Who was the CA again? Who did we talk about? Did we say C or K?
Courtney.
Oh, that's the sister?
Courtney. Yeah, it's a sister.
Yeah. Is there another Candace or Caitlin? I'm not sold on the Courtney.
There's a Caitlin. She had a friend, Caitlin.
Perfect. Friends with the A person as well? Like, they're like...
Yep. Okay. Yes.
Her name's Caitlin?
Yep, Caitlin and Abby. Yep.
Two of her good friends?
Yep, they're
wow.
friends.
Okay, good. I wasn't sold on the Courtney. Perfect. So know that she's acknowledging them. Now there's a little bit more concern about than the other one. So if you do talk to them, just make sure you mention to them that she was able to get some guy to say her full name, and that she's watching her and she's looking after her, and she wants her to stay on the right path. I feel like she may waver a little bit. I don't know if you know anything about that person, but
no.
We want to keep her, grounded. She said that she makes me feel like that's very important.
Okay.
She's playing me Billy Joel, Only the Good Die Young. So I don't know if that's something she said, or that's something that you guys played, or...
We always said that.
About her?
About her, yeah.
Have you ever heard that on the radio? Like, have you ever? There's probably more to that song, so make sure you pay attention if you haven't heard it yet, or if that's a discussion that you've had, she knows about that. But it's really, she's such a, I get to work with a lot of parents like yourself. Like, I've done hundreds and hundreds of readings, and where was I going with that? Where was she? My mind totally. Hold on a second. Only the good die young. Oh, and I don't get to tell parents this all the time. And as much as you're grieving and your faith is wavering, she's making me. How do I word this? She's making me feel like you're doing better than you think you are. And now, that's a perspective thing, right? You wouldn't know you're doing better than you think you are because you think you're doing the way you're doing. But she's making me feel like you're doing better than you think you are. It's the best way I can put it. She keeps showing me this.
I feel like it's never going to end.
Yeah. Well, from talking to a lot of parents and for many years, there's always this missing of the physical. But I will tell you that I've worked with a lot of parents who can actually feel, hear, and sometimes see their kids, and so I've actually talked to a couple who have conversations and they can actually hear them in their mind, like pretty accurately. Yeah, so you can get to that point. In fact, I did a reading today for a woman who lost her 18-year-old son, and he kept telling me she would go to multiple mediums and different ones, and she was doing it the right way. Sometimes people can get stuck in the medium world, because my job is to help move you along and restore that faith so that you can have that relationship with your person and with God, and the vibration will help you connect with them. But he was telling me through many different symbols and kind of some words that the reason he wasn't giving her these blow your mind readings was because she's able to do those blow her mind readings by herself. He's just been looking for mediums to get her to the point where she needs that growth. And it turns out that I said multiple things that previous mediums said, and I was able to give her this message from her son that told her that she needed to do some forgiveness opportunity and some things to grow to a level where she can connect to her son directly. And I feel like you can do that as well. And I feel like when you give yourself the credit, for persevering as much as you have, you'll be able to connect with her on a different level. She makes me feel like she does those little things, though, right? So she makes me say, I flashed the lights. And you just say, oh, well, maybe it just flickered or whatever. No, that's her. What are you... I can't... She's... does she flash... Just so I know, does she, do you see the lights flicker?
Yeah.
Okay, that's her.
It's sometimes the lights flash, yeah.
Yeah, that's her, and I feel like, when we recognize... Because a lot of skeptics or a lot of, pragmatic, logical thinkers will be like, oh, that's just the light flickering, or the bulb is loose or whatever. And sometimes you can stretch and think that every flicker is them, but it's going with your intuition, going with your heart. Why is she showing me a rainbow headband? She shows the headband or the hair thing, and it's probably pretty common, right? I have a 5-year-old, and she's got rainbow stuff, but is there a head thing, like a rainbow?
She was into rainbow everything.
Okay.
She had rainbow everything. She even had rainbow on her wheelchair.
Oh, she had a wheelchair. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, she's making, when I tell you that, right, so the rainbow's great, validation, yay, but this is more like, you still have some of that stuff, right?
I do.
And that's okay. And you know what? I got to tell you, I've had Spirit tell me, no, you got to move on, or, yes, you got to keep that. You can keep that. If someone else says, hey, it's been 7 years, no, that's okay. I like almost, she's giving you permission to keep it and enjoy it and look at it, because it's those memories that keep you going. And I think it's okay. So don't let anyone tell you different. And I don't think anyone does. But if they do, just keep it. Look at it, smile at it, know that, okay, what are you saying? Hold on. Same message. Okay. This has been a theme lately. If you didn't have to be judgmental on yourself, you would tell yourself that you did a phenomenal job and you did everything you could for this girl. But there's a part of you that makes you feel like you didn't, and it's small. But I need to remind you that you and I hope this makes sense, and I don't know if you had her from birth or whatever, but for whatever period you had of time for her, you gave her the world. Do you understand this?
Yeah.
You need to give yourself more credit for that. She's talking about oatmeal. Did you make her oatmeal all the time?
I've tried to get her to eat more oatmeal. She didn't eat through her mouth. She ate through her G-tube, but we tried, and that's what we tried with, oatmeal.
I got goosebumps. Who does that?
Oh, my God, I know.
You.
Who would know that?
Yeah, but you do that. That's she makes me feel like those are the kinds of things that you need to know, that you went above and beyond for me. So a lot of people don't have that type of love you gave to her. And I got goosebumps, and I was mentioning in the beginning of the show that the only thing we have when we leave this world is the love that we give and the love we receive. So she left with a lot of love, and if it wasn't for you, she wouldn't have had that. Now I feel like it was partly meant to be, but she's making me feel like you provided that to her. Do you understand that?
Yeah, definitely.
She just gave me 2 names, and they're very common. I got Bob and Ed together. I know they're very common, but I gotta say them. They came through like at the same time. Yeah, they came through together, and I know they're like 2 of the most common names you can think of.
Oh my gosh, and I don't recognize either of them.
Bob and Ed.
Bob and Ed. Bob and Ed.
Yeah, I know, and like I was trying, like, come on, give me because sometimes they'll say the most common name, like, come on, like Mary. Okay, everybody's got a Mary. Bob and Ed together. Robert, Eddie, Edward. I don't know where she's going with that. Or
she's going with that.
Or it could be the B and the E, like Brian and Elaine, but they got to be together. Maybe your grandparents were Bill and Elaine, but they got to talk about the B and E together.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Brian and Eric. Those are her. They adopted the 4 other kids that were her brothers and sisters. Could it be Brian and Eric?
I mean, hell yeah, it can be. Who's that?
Brian and Eric adopted 4 other siblings of hers.
Really?
Able children, but they didn't feel like they could adopt her because she was so special needs.
Wow. Okay, that could be. Let me see where she's going with it. Do you talk to them, though?
Yes, we're very close.
Well, will you just tell them all is good? I don't know what it means.
Yeah.
I don't know if they wish they would have, or whatever, but we just, there's a lot of good feelings. Are these 2 dads? Like 2, husband?
Yeah, 2 dads.
So
yep.
Will you tell them that they're doing a phenomenal job with life? They're just, she's making me feel like emotional, and they're great, and what a blessing, and there's these 2 guys that took in these 4. Did they also have another one, though? Or a dog or something? There's another one.
Yeah, there's 4 kids and a dog.
Okay, well, they're doing really good for the world. I feel like they're very successful. They're just really good energy. You understand this?
They're both social workers, yeah.
Oh, on top of raising 4 kids that aren't their own? I mean, what beautiful men.
The DCF social workers.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So that's the B&E. Isn't that crazy? That she's
That
strong
is
enough.
nuts.
She's strong enough now. Now again, the skeptic will. Well, you said Bob and Ed. Yeah, but it's as mediums we don't always get the full names. Who's the B and E together? And it's funny because I went Bob Ed. Who's that? And it's like they're together. So that's what happens to be the 2 people that are a couple that raise the 4 others. Tell them it's all okay. It's all good. They're doing a great job.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Is somebody 28 years old? And it's what's 28? Just popped into my head. Somebody birthday on the 28th, or is somebody 28?
Hers was the 26th.
Yeah, I always tell people they don't mess up their numbers.
28.
I wonder if it's... No, I got the B name again, so I'm wondering if it has something to do with the couple.
It could, and I don't know their birthdays.
Yeah, that's okay. Do you know... Don't say them, but do you know the kid's name? The kids' names, the 4 kids?
Yep.
Is there an S like Sean, Shane, Shannon?
Yep.
Oh, really? What's their name? What's the name?
Oh my God. Okay, so we've got, now I'm going to get all tongue-tied here. We've got, oh my God. Why am I drawing blanks now? We have another Jace, which is my son's name, which is what made me, that's the first name I thought of. And then we have Samantha, Sammy, they call her.
Okay, hold on. So I have a son, Sam, and his birthday is the 28th. So I don't know where they're going with this, or if that's the person I have to talk about. So one of the 4 kids is Samantha?
Yep.
Is she also special needs, or have any kind of, like, health?
Yeah, learning disabilities.
Okay. But they're really good with, like, I don't know, man. There's just like a... Oh. Okay, that's interesting. Well, I would say just continue to let them know they're doing a good job and to remain patient. And I think they are, but she may... The most patient person in the world may have, you know, not trouble, but remaining patient with maybe her. I don't want to say that. Sounds like she's, you know, she could be the greatest person in the world, but maybe with these things going on in their jobs and the 4 kids and the dog and everything and their relationship, and it may be overwhelming a little bit, but I feel like that to keep at it. And that's funny because my son, now you'd be shocked, maybe her birthday's the 28th, I don't know. Sometimes 28 is February 8th. You know, February the 2nd month, 8th day, but that will come through. Oh, why do you give me that name? All right, who's the R like Reggie? Renee? It's R-E, I think. I'm not sure. R like Reggie. They actually showed me Reggie Jackson, so I don't know if there's something with Reggie Jackson or...
I don't know.
I know, like, why you show me Reggie Jackson of all people? Oh, it has to do with faith. Is there a pastor or somebody, Roy Roberts, who's like a church?
Oh my God, Pastor Roy.
Stop! Come on.
That's the one who did her funeral services.
No way! Doesn't that boggle your mind?
Oh my God.
Okay. Well, I don't think you're lying.
I'm being dead serious.
Yeah. So is he still here?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe. Why don't you? Now, again, I don't. Some churches they bring in mediums for grief support. Some churches think we're the devil, but doesn't matter how you tell him that he was brought up. Maybe if he thinks the latter, you could tell him that God and the Holy Spirit inspired you to reach out to him by name, and then he may not think that I am, demonic or the devil. But I feel like you maybe could benefit from going back to that church or that man and help restoring that faith, because this is a bigger picture, though.
Wow.
How do I word that? This is like... She keeps saying to me, you need to give yourself more credit. You have more faith than you think you do. I know that you made the comment about faith and having trust in God, but I think when you really realize how much faith you do have in Him, even though you have to take that sting, one of the toughest things anybody can ever go through, but I think you're really doing a good job, and I think your faith is there. You just need to, understand the plan. Educate yourself. Keep watching those shows. Read, Good Grief by Teresa Caputo is a great book. Why Are We Here by Daniel John, phenomenal book. Just kidding. But of course, I think it's pretty good. But if you haven't read that, it helps you kind of understand what life's about. And again, I don't claim to know, but there's themes and things that I cover in the book that through all my readings they keep coming up. And Spirit talks about a lot of cool things. And I always tell people half the New Testament was inspired. Paul was inspired by the soul of Jesus. He technically channeled him. So, the Holy Spirit is available at all times. We just need to pay attention to it. Who's Donald, David, Daniel? Who's the D?
I have a Don from a long time ago.
I'm not sold either way on that one. Is it living past?
passed.
It just doesn't feel right to me. Did he know you? No. So he wouldn't have known your daughter?
No, he didn't know. Wouldn't have known her, no.
Is there a... Oh, so there's the SH name again. Now, you said there's Sam. Are there any other kids over there? Shelly, Shannon, Sharon, SH? Because I feel like the D wants me to mention the SH name. Maybe
Shannon is the mother of my son.
The one you adopted?
Yep.
Oh. And then... Where... And then you also... Didn't we mention his dad's name, too?
William. Will.
There's the W. Okay. Do you know if he has any siblings?
Yeah. I don't know his siblings at all.
It's weird. I'm getting Don, but I don't feel like it's your person for some reason. Because I feel like it's a connection with your daughter. Military. They show me military. Was your Don person military?
No, not that I know of. No.
Okay. So, where can I go with this? No, I feel like you know this. Think of David, Daniel. I'm going to say D names. David, Daniel, Donald, Dorothy. Although they show me military, but you sometimes will find like, oh my gosh, Grandma Dorothy had a husband and he was in the military. Sometimes other people come.
Well, my mother is Dorothy, and my dad was military.
Oh my. That's it's one of those readings where it's like, really? Like, really? Now, are they both passed?
They're both passed, yes.
They come through. They come through together, so it doesn't really matter whether they were, divorced or together for life. But they're coming through together. They're coming through together. Okay.
Yeah.
And the main message is again the same as your daughter's telling me. They're very proud of you. They're very, how do you word that? Wait, your mom's name is Dorothy? Did we just say Dorothy?
Dorothy
and military's your dad? What's that?
Dorothy from Kansas.
That's so crazy.
No kidding.
Maybe she was in Wizard of Oz. Either way, they're very proud of... Again, they're saying the same thing to your daughter, and that you need to give yourself more credit for how much you've gone through, and that you're changing lives, and this new gentleman that's in your life, this beautiful person, it would not be there if it wasn't for the transition. Now, of course, you're not going to say this, but we would never want our child to leave so that we can have anything else. But it's all part of what's playing out in God's perfect plan. Jeremiah 29:11 is one of my biggest quotes. But I think getting back to church, giving yourself, or Roy, or it doesn't have to be church. I don't go to church. In my opinion, church is everything. I live in church every second of every day and thank God for every blessing that He provides me with. But I feel like that you have to give yourself more credit, re-engage your faith with maybe with Roy. He'd be a good start, right? I mean, if you look back at this reading, she was very evidential, very specific things to help you recognize and understand that your faith in God is most important, and everything else will come after that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy.
She played me that George Michael song, Faith, right? So just restore that faith. And, you may even hear that song on the radio. Who knows? But you got this. I think when you sit back and look at how strong you are, and, parents popped in, your daughter popped in, let you know how well you're doing. And I think when you give yourself that credit, then you're going to be on a high path, and you'll be able to connect with her. I always tell people the more that we raise our vibration, choose love, choose forgiveness, choose compassion, love God, do good things, then we can connect to our loved ones without mediums. I would eventually like to be out of a job because everyone's able to connect to their loved ones themselves.
I would love to connect her on my own.
You can and you will. Just give yourself that credit. Recognize how powerful and strong you are. Recognize the beauty in your life now, because I think if you take away the passing and the physical loss, you have a beautiful life. And
I do.
Part of that beautiful life is from the transition, including the new son, and and again, you go back to the loss, but if you really look back to the plan, and I'll let you go, but I firmly believe that everything that happens in our reality is part of something that was already planned. It's passings, births, major events are all part of the plan. We agree to it before we come. And some of them are, quite difficult to understand. But from all my readings, I firmly believe that. They mention that all the time. So I think you're going to be great. I think you are great, and you're strong. And I'm glad your parents popped in and your daughter came through. The rainbows and all the things she talked about. Pastor Roy, the popcorn with the new son. I mean, you know, and she makes me remind you that, you know, I wouldn't be able to communicate to Daniel if I wasn't in a good spot, if I wasn't in a good place.
True.
And they always tell me, and she's not telling me this specifically, but they always laugh when people miss them or when people feel bad for them, because they're in a way better spot than we are. I mean, they tell me that, you know, you look at research and some of the evidence, scientific evidence, and NDEs. I mean, I guess you can call it anecdotal because they're reports, but they say they don't want to come back. It's amazing. And then they're told it's not your time. It's not your time. But most people that have NDEs want to stay. That's how amazing. Can you imagine leaving all your family and what you have here and everything that you think is reality? Most people don't want to come back to this place. I'm not saying Earth is bad, because it's a gift and it can be beautiful. And I believe heaven is a perception. But please know that she's okay and in a good enough vibration to connect with a medium and to connect with you. And she'll be able to do that directly once you get your. And I think your vibration is already there. I think you just need to recognize it. And I don't get to tell people that often, because a lot of people have to do these things, but you're already doing these love-based things. It's just the grief that's holding you back and the lack of recognizing that you are love and you spread and give a love to a lot of people.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, well, I'm hoping this helped you. Thank you for being a part of my life, and I hope that you, enjoyed this.
Thank you, I did. Thank you.
Much love to you.
Thank you.
All right, good night.
Bye-bye.